Bryan Johnson is scamming you. Now, what's crazy to me about the shitness industry is two of the top fitness industry lolcows have the same name. Bryan Johnson, Liver King, and the 400-year-old vampire made out of paper mache.
You hear is the good. Oh, he's with Kim Kardashian. He's saying this.
That's a problem. This looks crazy to me, dude. Why is everybody trying to dress like a fuckboy? I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to soy-op us into believing that you're still hip and young. You're a 47-year-old teenager. Doesn't work. Doesn't get past my 3 eyes.
Yes, he's saying that. Oh, I have the world record. I'm going to live forever. I'm the healthiest human in the world. Is that evidence enough?
Now, sure, on the surface, don't die. That's an interesting mantra. But when are you going to start living, bucko?
Coach Greg, in today's video, you're not...
There's a lesson in there. I mean, I can't be... These gems are free. When are you going to start living? Bro took a trip to India, got one-shotted. You would think that would have snapped him out of it, but no.
Gonna believe it. You're not gonna like me, but I have to call this person out. The latest scammer, it's Bryan Johnson, and no, not the Liver King. The other Bryan Johnson, the man who wants to live forever. And so what we see in real life is a charismatic, well-spoken individual who...
Charismatic. He seems kind, but charismatic? I think there's levels to this.
Seems to be passionate about one main thing, to make the world live forever. The problem is, you can't do it. And what he's letting us believe is that based on certain biomarkers, if you alter them...
Bro's initials are BJ, he's cooked. You know what my initials are? PR. You can't get better initials than that. Personal record.
That you can slow down the aging process by over 50%. I believe he just posted it's 0.47, some kind of world record. And so how many people believe this? That if you're 50, that you can age slower than last time. And so rather than living to be 100, you could live to be 150. It's not true. And so just because a certain biomarker represents a certain amount of longevity doesn't mean that if you change that biomarker through alternative means that you're going to live longer. Health Span has 403 followers, not thousands, but 403. This was an exquisite video, start to finish. I highly recommend you go and watch it. It states, Bryan Johnson's $2 million scam. The dark truth behind his longevity blueprint. And so scamming harder than last time.
I now have the best...
Didn't he sell his company for $300 million? Why is he scamming people with his BS program, running out of money, or just likes to grift? Dude, he's trying to change the world. Didn't he create Venmo? Just retire! Just literally do anything but go on social media. Fuck!
Biomarkers of anybody in the world. I am the healthiest person on planet Earth.
You know what's better than being rich and famous? Just being rich. Let me say that again. You know what's better than being rich and famous? Just being rich. Go ghost. Go rogue. Drop off the face of the earth.
Based on what? Based on your cholesterol? Based on your AST, on your testosterone, of which you're not natural? That's
I think he's attention maxing. Nietzsche speaks of this.
right. Bryan Johnson is on exogenous testosterone. And so is he
exogenous, but
really healthier than people who, for example, are doing an Ironman or just bro who exercises on a regular basis? Is he even healthier than Coach Greg? Will Bryan...
Bro has that diet of a rabbit. He has a prey diet. Sprouts, beans, legumes, chocolate. What are we doing here?
Johnson, the man who wants to live forever, live longer than Coach Greg, a man who formerly has abused testosterone. Only time will tell.
I'm in basically the top 1% of every single biomarker.
Essentially, it's a tool that can be used to, for instance, detect disease, predict risks, or monitor treatment response.
And so a biomarker...
Oh my God. Philion is live streaming his reaction to Greg Doucette, who made a YouTube video as a reaction to Health Span's video, who's reacting to Bryan Johnson. That's so quirk-chungus.
and how long you're going to live, there are in fact correlations. But remember, correlation doesn't mean causation. And so just because you change that biomarker doesn't mean you're actually going to get better. Let's look at the bench press. It's correlated with how good of a football player you are. Now, back in my day, I broke the NFL combine record for most bench presses with 225. Does that mean I'm a great...
Also, Greg, listen. Range of motion, wide grip, you're leverage maxing right here. Listen, it's impressive. But when you take a 6'4" tight end, just a longer,
football player, I could barely even run a 5.0 40. Just because you're a football player, let's say you're Tom Brady, and your bench press, let's say, goes up 20 reps. Does that suddenly
absolute goat
mean you're probably better at football? Maybe, but maybe not.
Goodhart's law, that when a clinical measure becomes a target, it ceases to become a good measure.
And so Goodhart's law, it's saying, look, just because this is predictive of something that's going to happen, doesn't mean if you change this, that it's going to change the results. Grip strength, for example. The stronger your grip strength, the more predictive it is you're going to live a long and healthy life. But if you just crave your grip all day long, oh, I got the hack. I'm just...
A lot of gooners doing that on Twitch. In fact, we should do a study, a grip test for all of Amaranth and I don't even know a single other female on this platform. Because if you're not watching Philion TV on twitch.tv/Philion TV, what are you even doing? We're just a based shark in an ocean full of soy guppies.
Training my grip. Why go to the gym? It doesn't make you live longer. And so if you're a football player, say, the heck with football, I'm just training for the combine. I'm going to practice.
DK Metcalf, absolute weapon, dude. Juiced to the gills. You know what his diet consists of? Sour Patch Kids and McDonald's.
It's my 40. I'm going to practice my vertical jump, and I'm going to do 225 for reps all the freaking time. You show up to the combine. You're setting records. You're running faster than last time. You can jump out of the gym, and you can bench press 225 all day. But you don't know how to catch the ball. Catch it? Why would I want to catch a ball? And can you tackle an opponent? Can you even run away from one? You can't run side to side. And so just because you practice certain elements doesn't make you a better player.
Nighttime erections is actually a really important marker of health. It represents cardiovascular health, physiological health, and psychological health.
Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe this is TMI, but level 27 is different, dude. God, sometimes I'm walking around with an absolute can of tennis balls between my legs. What the hell? Just a steel pipe in my pants. They don't even go away either. It's just permanent.
And so case in point, his Johnson. Just because he gets more erections at night doesn't mean he's going to live longer. I mean, think of it. You pop Cialis all
This shit just doesn't go down.
the time. You do your shockwave therapy, and suddenly you're getting boners for days.
Hold on, this is a little sus, because now we're talking about Bryan Johnson's.
That doesn't mean you're going to live longer. The reason why erections at night allow you to live longer is because of what goes into having erections harder than last time is likely the fact that you're being active, you're eating a healthy diet, and all sorts of other activities. And so people who have difficulty getting harder than last
Oh, I'm still laughing.
time, if they just take harder than last time, it doesn't mean you're going to live longer. Yes, it can help you to get harder, but what you really need to do is change the things that led to the problem in the first place. For example, obesity, improper diet, or blood flow issues.
Now, many people with ED will use focused shockwave therapy. In my case, because I have a functioning penis, it was used for rejuvenation.
And so it's a common belief that if you're black, you're most likely have better genetics, you're likely to be a better athlete.
BBC Genetics. White boys stay coping.
And so if you're a Caucasian, should you then just spray paint a tan on or perhaps put black paint on your skin and that'll make you a better athlete? I mean, the biomarker, if you have black skin, you're a better athlete, right? This would be just as moronic as thinking that what Bryan Johnson's doing is making any sense.
And when you're in that caloric deficit, your testosterone...
What is this hairstyle, bro? He looks like a Nintendo Me.
lowers. And so we supplemented it with a 2 milligram patches that I wore 6 days a week.
If your testosterone levels are too low, it's not good. And if it's too high, perhaps it's also not good. And so what did Bryan Johnson do? He's on testosterone.
No aura.
Exogenously. Is that
Exogenously. He's Canadian. I'll give him a pass.
necessarily going to help him to live longer? If his diet is causing his testosterone to go down.
Why is he so pale? Because he doesn't go outside. I'm serious. If the UV index is too high, Bryan Johnson stays inside. Same thing with the air pollution quality. This is what I mean when I talk about anti-fragility, okay? There's a bunch of 96-year-old Sicilian men straight ripping cigarettes, downing copious amounts of espresso, tanner than Coach Greg. They look like seasoned leather. You think they give a flying fuck? No shot.
Down, perhaps he's not eating any meat, whatever. And if he artificially enhances his testosterone through exogenous.
And you know what he ate for breakfast? Nothing. But you know what he had for lunch? A pizza, a bowl of pasta, fucking olive oil by the gallon, maybe a couple of olives, some cheese.
Means, does that mean he's going to live longer? He's using testosterone. This may in fact shorten his life.
The reason I'm diving so deeply into his biomarkers is because they're the cornerstone of how he markets his blueprint protocol.
In the end, what is happening? For only $870 a month, it's about $10,000 a year, you get to follow what he's doing. The blueprint, of which he markets as saying, you're going to live forever. Let's examine, for example, Merrick Health. They have a brand new biomarker. It's basically going to predict how...
Merrick Health is Derek, more plates, more dates, telemedicine company.
How jacked can you get? Let's test out how effective are your androgen receptors. And so this test decides how well will you respond to gear. And so what do you think is the purpose of this? And so let's say you do the test and you score very low. Well, probably should up my doses. And let's say you test very high. Oh, I'm probably going to be a professional bodybuilder. Timed up my doses. And so no matter where you fall on the range, does it really actually matter?
It doesn't matter!
And so for $500, what do you find out? Steroids are going to be more or less effective? Will it really though? How would you actually know? Even though the biomarker says you can use it better, can you really? Just because you score high doesn't mean you're going to be the next professional bodybuilder. And just because you score low doesn't mean you can't build a lot of muscle. It's just a waste of time, but yet...
I'd rather have a diet of McDoubles than be in mega OCD like Bryan Johnson, to be honest. Everyone would. And a McDouble is perfect nutrition, by the way.
Hey, let's see how many we can sell.
The issue is he's trying everything at once. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, stem cells, gene therapy, plasma cells.
Well, based on the scientific method, you can change one variable. He's on what, 150 different things all at the same time? And so how does he know that this product is causing that change? Or if it's in fact something else? That's it, it's exactly it. He doesn't.
Way too many variables going on. It's all turned into this optimized blueprint. But you can't isolate the variables and then extrapolate them and be like, this is why.
Fortunately, we have the real-world case of someone who followed the exact blueprint protocol for 180 days.
And so we have an independent party. Someone else did this testing, followed all the protocols. And what were the results?
First score was 0.93, and my final score at 180 days is 0.95. All right. Let me process this.
And so on day 1, 0.93, day 30, 0.94, and after 90 days, 0.95. Aging faster than last time after 90 days of following exactly what was told of her. Do you see the difference? You see how this is a scam?
It's just so stupid. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Go get some bitches, goddamn!
Just because you pay for his ingredients, you use his supplements, doesn't mean you're going to live forever. But Coach Greg, you're a scammer for selling Turk Builder Max, of which there's a money-back guarantee and a $20 gift card. Does Bryan Johnson offer the same guarantee? Hey, we guarantee...
Yo, I gotta watch a stoicism vid after this shit. Just ignoring death. I mean, I gotta offset the soy.
that you're going to live forever. We guarantee your biomarkers are going to go down. And even if they do go down, does it really matter?
It doesn't matter.
People were experiencing all kinds of issues. Just to mention a few, there was bloating, gas, constipation, ringing in the...
This is how you get neurotic health anxiety. There's nothing cool or esoteric about this. Everything is perfectly measured and biometrically optimized and...
the ears, headache, nausea, fatigue, anxiety, skin issues.
What does that tell you? And so all you hear is the good. Oh, he's with Kim Kardashian. He's saying this, he's saying that. Oh, I have the world record. I'm going to live forever. I'm the healthiest.
Bryan Johnson one-shots normies. But under the surface, I mean, there's no substance. I like his origin story. He built up a successful tech company and then he wanted to take control of his life and his marriage is falling apart and, you know, he did a 180. That's cool.
Human in the world. He's a fake healthy human. He's
All that to look like a CGI germaphobe.
bragging about being the healthiest human in the world. This isn't true. That'd be like me saying, hey guys, I'm the most jacked natural athlete on the planet. Nobody's healthier than Coach Greg. And here's the proof. I just won a Zwift bike race. Is that evidence enough? And so we see this all the time. Bodybuilders, they constantly do it. They'll brag to the world, hey, look at my blood pressure. Look at my cholesterol. They're on blood pressure meds and statins. I remember even Mike Israetel
You gotta get this off my screen, bro. I can't be looking at that.
showing the world, hey, look at how healthy my blood pressure is and my cholesterol and so on. But if you're using
Why does no one rich just buy a few houses and enjoy their lives and retire?
Because owning property as a landlord is evil.
pharmacy that's using other medications to get those results, are you actually healthy? And my opinion is no. Just because you have a certain biomarker, if you need a drug to achieve that biomarker, that, in my opinion, is not the same as if you can do it while being natural. Through regular means, you know, like diet and exercise.
One example raised by a Reddit user
What is he living longer for anyway? Dude, can't answer that question. That would be illegal.
involved undetectable levels of vitamin B12
The answer's nothing!
that had been flagged for around 8 months without resolution.
The program's vegan. They're lacking B12. Month after month, they do nothing. As if this shouldn't be of a concern.
Another issue pointed out is the extremely high lead and cadmium levels, for which Blueprint received a
I'm not eating something called nutty pudding. What am I, gay? I don't want a pudding of nut. I mean, these notifications are just popping off left and right. Sorry that we're suffering from success. Philion TV. And listen, you think that it's too late to join the stream, don't worry, because you're still early to the movement. Get on over here. Get on over here, I'm talking to you. YouTube lurker, puss boy. Yeah, I know you've been habit stacking me. I know you're like Philion change, but guess what? You still can't get enough. You click on everything. I have you by the balls.
60-day notice of violations of California's health and safety code.
Exceeding levels of cadmium and lead. These are not good things.
A major issue here seems to be that Bryan Johnson doesn't seem to fully understand his own protocol. In many ways, he feels more like the face of a brand rather than the mind behind it.
And so does Bryan Johnson actually understand what he's doing, or is he just the face of the company? I do believe he's the face. Derek from More Plates, More Dates had some questions, of which he couldn't respond.
What is the literature we're pointing to find the utility in it to be as part of like a daily stack?
I don't know.
And so when I say I could put on 4 pounds of muscle in a month, everyone criticizes Coach Greg. Jeff Nippard's brother put on 12.7 pounds of muscle in 1 month, his first month training, as verified by the DEXA.
You know what matters, too? Imagine not being handsome. God.
Scan. We all know the DEXA scan can have errors. Remember, he did this 100% natural.
The evidence we just shared about what this does, it's unbelievable in the ways it improves health and wellness. It's better than Ozempic.
But Bryan Johnson just stated that olive oil is better than Ozempic for losing weight. How, Bryan?
Yeah, so it's like Ozempic is like the fire alarm. And so, for example, there's a study where people lost 5.2 pounds taking Evo, consuming Evo for 9 weeks.
Olive oil is one of the most calorically dense things on the fucking planet. It's delicious and healthy for you, and I'll take that every single time over seed oils. But what are we talking about? It makes you lose more weight than Ozempic? Really? So I should be boofing olive oil? Should I be butt-chugging Blueprint's snake oil olive oil? New tech unlocked.
It's not better than Ozempic. Ozempic helps almost everyone to lose weight. If it was really better than Ozempic, the world wouldn't need Ozempic. Hey, you want to lose weight? Are you on that there new olive oil? Yeah, I'm on the olive oil diet. You just pour it in your bowl, eat olive oil, you lose weight. It's way better. You're never hungry. Explain that, Bryan Johnson. How is that better? How can he get away with outright lying? And so Stephen Bartlett couldn't believe it. Derek doesn't understand it. Neither does the rest of the world. But yet, he doesn't get called out. He's scamming you of thousands of dollars with the hope of living forever. Or at least living longer than last time. And so imagine trying to tell people, what thing do you think that many people fear when they...
One of the main criticisms against Bryan Johnson is he never talks about VO2 max, which is like a pretty important biomarker indicative of one's fitness and or health. But since none of his protocols are performance-based, they're just longevity-based, it's like the ultimate, I'll call it grift, because you just have to like wait until bro dies, hypothetically speaking, to see if his methods work. So like we're just staring at our watches, like tick-tock. Who's going to be paying attention 120 years from now?
Well, I don't want to die. Bryan Johnson, do you realize that you're going to die?
You think that you're going to die?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing? You're drinking alcohol. You're only sleeping 7 hours a night. You don't go to bed at exactly 7 o'clock every night. Your body fat isn't single digits. You haven't improved every single biomarker. You don't have a 100% sleep score. He's scaring you into thinking you're not doing it enough. And so anyone with money, what do you think they're going to do? Take it. Take my money. Bryan, take it. What do I need to do? Oh, well.
Did he max out the VO2 max? There's no shot. That's not even a thing. Bro, I want to see this guy run a 40-yard dash.
If I wanted to get better at VO2 max, like what is the way to do that?
3 times a week, I do 4 minutes of high intensity training. So heart rate between 90 and 100% of max heart rate for 4 minutes, rest for 4 minutes, then max for 4 minutes.
So that's only 12 minutes 3 times a week. Now it's an intense 12 minutes.
Yeah, so 16 minutes total. When you're at the 90 to 100%, it's intense.
He's fucking walking on a treadmill.
You do this. You don't eat meat. You take these 100 pills a day, you follow all these protocols, and you see, you're going to live longer than last time. The woman did it. Her score went up. 0.93, 0.94, 0.95. Is there a money back?
And not that I think VO2 max is the be-all, end-all. It's just,
guarantee? If it's that effective, if he believes in it so strongly, where's the guarantee?
I don't know. We can pull it up.
Okay.
Let's pull it up.
Sure.
Let me see if I can find it.
Bryan Johnson, I don't know. I just said it. I just pulled it right out of my ass, sniffed it, gave him a dirty Sanchez. And you all sat there and took it. What's wrong with you? And I've just been informed that Bryan Johnson sells olive oil. And so, guys, hey, I just discovered brand new advertising from Bryan Johnson. I have something, it's called GLP.
How much is his olive oil? $35. Get it? It's quirky because it's snake oil.
Discovered brand new advertising from Bryan Johnson. I have something, it's called GLP Max. It's way better than Ozempic. 10 times better. If you can lose, let's say, 10 pounds on Ozempic, you can lose 100 with this. It's way better. Would that not be lying? And so what have I said? It perhaps reduces your hunger by about 28%. It's not as good as...
I bought it before I watched this. Ironic. Is it good? Is it quality olive oil? Listen, two things can be true. Maybe he's got the supply on lock.
Ozempic. Is it effective? Yes. Is it better than Ozempic? No. If you say your supplement is better than another, and it's not, you're lying. It's a scam. This is not as good as Ozempic, but it's still worth buying. This is not as good as steroids, but it's still worth buying. Remember, you're still natural with this. With testosterone, you're not. And so if you want...
I'm being sold to. I don't know which product to buy. I don't know which fitness guru to trust. I think I'll buy it all.
To do a drug-tested bodybuilding competition, compete in the Olympics, and so on, can use this and you don't fail the test.
It's this paper, the diet was energy restricted, which by the laws of thermodynamics will cause you to lose weight.
And so the
I want my olive oil from a milky, Tuscan, Italian baddie, okay? And I want her to step on the olives with her bare feet. And I want to be underneath it, lapping up the juices.
actual study, what they're getting this from is they compared olive oil to soybean oil, not to Ozempic, and they were both in a calorie deficit. And so, wow, newsflash, if you're in a calorie deficit, you lose weight.
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics.
Does that mean olive oil is better than Ozempic? That would be like saying, do you know what's better than Ozempic?
Watching Philion TV.
Not eating anything. It's clearly better. And so if you want to lose weight, don't eat. Obviously you won't eat, but it doesn't mean it's better than the medication to help prevent you from overeating.
Rapamycin would
All this VSLing is making me feel dirty. Gonna need a shower. Using Cheeky after this to world's best soap. Code Philion. Code Philion 10% off. Use cheeky.com/Philion.
probably be number one.
Why?
The evidence behind it's really good. I did, however, notice side effects. For example, I'd have...
I thought you were joking. Is that real soap? Looks pretty goddamn real to me. It's lo-fi lavender.
cankers in my mouth. Or maybe a wound wouldn't heal fast enough.
Do you not then question the validity of his statements when he goes from saying this is one of the best supplements
I don't trust anyone. I don't even trust myself.
in the world to you should never take it? And remember, rapamycin is a drug. I call it a supplement, whatever.
And then perhaps the thing that was most painful.
I can confirm I washed my ass and now my wife wanted to rim job me. Crazy. I mean, don't take it from me. That's a satisfied customer if I've ever heard.
For me, it increased my resting heart rate, which, as you know from watching my
Gotta love it when needle maxers sell you health products. So true.
videos, it is the most important biomarker.
If I have to listen to this Epidemic Sound starter pack, because I used the same one 4 years ago on my steak.com video, I'm gonna crash out. Everything is slop. Nothing is real.
I track.
And so he's taking rapamycin. He's getting canker sores. His wounds aren't healing as fast, but heavens forbid his heart rate went up in the morning. Well, what is he now going to do? Take a beta blocker to lower his heart rate? But what about the other 100 supplements he's taking? How does he know that specific item was the cause of the increase in his heart rate? Maybe bro just slept
Something tells me that drugs, hundreds of supplements, a vegan diet, no sun, and neuroticism about death is just not conducive to a healthy lifestyle. I don't know. Who would have thunk it?
slightly sideways that night and woke up and had a bad day. Or maybe it's because he started eating more calories. At one point, he was sub 5% body fat. He's now eating a little bit more. We don't know anything. Or, hey, did you ever think of this? Maybe it's because he's getting older. Oh, but he can't. There is such a thing as getting older. The more years you are on this earth, the harder it is for your body to do things like recover and repair for injuries and so on. And so just because your heart rate went up, you can't say it's because of that exact thing.
A preprint came out, which is a paper. It showed that rapamycin accelerated the biological speed of aging in humans across 16 epigenetic clocks.
And so let me get this straight. The drug he was taking to increase longevity was doing the exact opposite. But yet...
you're cooked.
You're going to sign up for $887 a month to follow his protocol. For what?
How much is it?
We're going to sign up for $887 a month to follow his protocol.
What? Is that how much it is? God damn, stop flashbanging me with soy pop-ups. Longevity mix, essential capsules, essential soft gel, peak performance stack, extra virgin olive oil. Deep sleep? God, dude, bro selling everything. Give me the fucking level 100 biohacker protocol. Dude, I want to buy everything. Okay, the ultimate stack is $412. You can do a health test for $325. Ceremonial grade matcha. I was about to say, I'm not buying it unless it's ceremonial grade. Don't hit me with that culinary grade bullshit. I just want to buy once, dude. Just give it to me all. Sounds good. The blueprint stack.
For what?
Bryan Johnson does 50 billion things at once, and it's very hard for someone with his protocol to determine if a singular intervention resulted in his effect.
You know what's crazy? You're gonna have to keep buying the ultimate longevity stack because you're never gonna die. You're gonna run out of money before you fucking croak. That's crazy.
And so there are, in fact, problems with over-testing. Let's take your PSA, for example. If you test 1,000 men, 10% are going to get a false positive. That means they show a sign that it's bad when it really isn't. And so after you get that result, 100 people now have to get further testing. And some of this further testing, it's actually harmful. And so of the 100 people that then get further treatment, half of them, 50, will have treatment complications such as infections, sexual dysfunction, or bladder or bowel control.
Bryan Johnson hates to see a clove of garlic coming. Do I think Bryan studied off his Johnson? He might have.
Problems. Out of the 1,000 people, 100 are going to get a false positive. That means they don't actually have it. But for those 100 people, they're going to suffer from anxiety and have to undergo further testing. And for what? A biomarker that was a false positive. And so just because it indicates something doesn't mean it means anything.
Is that why he doesn't like the sun? Holy shit, it's making sense now.
Whatsoever. And so there you have it. Is it a scam? Is it not a scam? Of course, it's a work in progress. I'm sure he means well, but many of you are spending thousands of dollars thinking that this is the cure. You're going to live years and
This is VSL on VSL violence.
years longer. Now, if it was actually this good, I'd be on it. You don't think I can afford $887 a month?
Is that really how much it costs? $887 a month. Bryan Johnson Blueprint Protocol. Yeah. Wow. By the numbers, monthly blueprint cost equals $870. Oh, okay. This is how it's broken down. Food costs $23 a day. Super veggie 7, nut pudding $4, third meal $7, other $5, extra virgin olive oil, cocoa, avocado, Brazil nuts. So his protocol costs around that much to follow it to the T. But the supplement stack, that'll cost you another $380. Now, the other weird thing here is that he wants to align it with AI as like God. A fun sci-fi novel centered around the future of brain-computer interfaces. It's just like, this is like, all the NFT people moved on to AI. And the dork behavior glows in the dark.
I knew that I could just alter my biomarkers, take this pill, that pill, and I'm going to live an extra 10 years. Of course I would do it. Even if it was 1 year, of course I'm doing it. But just because you take this pill and are improving this biomarker doesn't mean you're going to live any longer. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost your algorithm, and if you do want to live longer than last time, I offer coaching plans by me and my team. If you can afford it, I also offer free diet and training programs. And so all you need to do is click the link in the description. Apply today.
All you need to do is not fall for the soy op. Third Eye Global stays on top.